Hello Internet, I am the Hero of Julios once again with another One Piece chapter summary. It is very rare for me to actually be like super pumped about I'm always pumped about One Piece, but very few chapters make me like smile and laugh and just get really excited for what's about to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we are about to watch Shanks just beat the crap out of someone. So without further ado, let's get into chapter 1076, Old Friends. And new friends, if you really think about it. This chapter's art, features this lovely color spread of the Straw Hat crew. I'm loving this thing about Frankie in the bottom corner, but otherwise it's just a nice stylistic approach to just the Straw Hats in different poses and whatnot. It's nice to take a break now and then and just let Oda get creative and do some silly things with his art. Anyways, the chapter itself starts where we left off, with Rob Lucci and Kaku on the ground. You got the two Seraphims staring them down, Luffy and Zoro on either side, and Zoro telling the two of them, why should we even remotely trust you? Literally the entire time we've known each other, you have tried to either kill us, kill our friends, or scrap our boat. He didn't mention the scrapping the boat part, but they're not allies by any means of the word. And Kaku tells Luffy and Zoro, listen, I don't want to die. You don't want to see me die in cuffs. So, how about this? You take these cuffs off us. We fight the Seraphim. We win. And then me and Lucci, we take the cuffs and we put them right back on. How's that sound? And of course, Luffy just goes, that sounds great. Let's just do that. And Zoro, obviously not buying this. It's clearly a trap. It's clearly they're not going to go quietly into the night because of this. And Kaku is trying his best to be the good cop in this scenario. Meanwhile, we've got Shaka over here who looks to Lucci and goes, Rob Lucci, what is your mission here? And he goes, to kill Vegapunk. Okay, and Kaku's sitting there like, well, there goes my negotiation. So well, nice job. And he goes, okay, second question. Stussy betrayed you. How do you feel about that? And Lucci goes, obviously, we're not going to let her go. She's going to die alongside the rest of you. And Kaku's over in the corner just face palming if he could because his hands are tied. But he's just like, that's it. We're done. They're not even going to remotely help us. And finally, S-Hawk, the Mihawk Seraphim, is done waiting around. He goes for the attack, and Zoro grabs Kaku, Luffy grabs Lucci and Shaka. They jump out of the way, and that's when Zoro notices that S-Hawk's leg and arm have blades to them. The perfect devil fruit for any swordsman. Dracule Mihawk Seraphim has the power of the Dice fruit. Now, as we know, the Dice fruit is the, devil fruit of Mr. One, Das Bones, who went to Impel Down, and this has clicked in my brain that that's a government facility, which means any devil fruit that has entered Impel Down since Vegapunk started doing the green blood is very well something they've obtained. Any warlord probably had to give a blood sample a long time ago, which means Moria, Doflamingo, Boa Hancock, even if they've never went to jail, they probably had to give a blood sample in order to become a warlord, which allowed Vegapunk access to their devil fruits. But this opens up the door to so many other devil fruits. We have the Push fruit, Ivankov's devil fruit, the Horm fruit, the Snip fruit, the Wax fruit, the Clone fruit, not Buggy's fruit though, and unless they have his sample from when he became a warlord himself, because Buggy, if we remember, got put into the first floor of Impel Down because nobody knew he had a devil fruit. So he just, when he got his shackles on and his hand just sort of, then he took the shackle off and then he was fine. So, but Vegapunk has access to any devil fruit that has passed through Impel Down since he conceived the green blood, effectively. I mean, this is just me guessing, but he could have a ton of different devil fruit powers right now at his disposal, and maybe even some green blood that he could infuse into future inventions as he travels with the Straw Hats away from Egghead Island, if they get off Egghead Island. Going back to that, Luffy decides to look Rob Lucci in the eye, and he tells him, listen, you can't beat me. And I want to be sure that if I take these handcuffs off of you, that you are not going to go after my friends, you're not going to go after Bonnie, you're not going to go after Vegapunk, and you're not going to go after Stussy because she's Vegapunk's friend. You're only going to fight me because I don't want you to be a sore loser, and just because you can't beat me, you're going to go after my friends. I know Luffy never means anything maliciously when he talks, but that is the biggest insult to Rob Lucci he has ever received in his life, because Luffy just looked at him and said, you can't beat me, so don't be a baby and hurt my friends. When this is over, when we beat the Seraphims, it's you and me, and then I put you back in the handcuffs. Of course, Rob Lucci obliges in only the way that Rob Lucci can, by telling Straw Hat, you are number one on my list, and after I kill you, all of your friends are going to follow you into the afterlife, one after another, one at a time. And it's exactly the response. Actually, it's not the response I was expecting, because Rob Lucci is one of the only opponents Luffy's ever had that didn't get, like, super angry at him. It was, I think Doflamingo might have been the closest to staying calm, but every time Luffy's fought someone, he has fought them to the point of rage. Lucci's the only one that ever kept his cool till the very end of the fight. Now, even Lucci has had Luffy under his skin now. So good job, Luffy. You have officially upset everyone you've ever fought. Although Kaido really enjoyed your time together. But with that speech from Rob Lucci threatening the lives of his friends, that's when S-Bear releases the Ursa Shock, and the explosion happens, but we see that the handcuffs fell, and Luffy and Lucci do the Kong gun with the Six King pistol. We see Zoro using his Onigiri, and we got this, like, the White Lightning from Kaku with the Sky Slicer kick and Tempest kick. That's what I meant to say. And it is the team-up attacks that I was really hoping to see, because it was about a few days after I read last chapter that I was like, oh my gosh, if Luffy does free them, we are going to get one-time team-up attacks that we will never see again in this series. So with those team-up attacks, they begin their fight against the Seraphim. We don't actually see how that fight concludes, though I'm guessing they're going to win. The Seraphim fight sort of fades off into our memory because the real chapter starts now, and it's only... Hi, it's Hero Julios. I've got my editing shirt. I'm eating some editing popcorn, but I forgot a part of the chapter because I was so excited about what happened in the last part of the chapter that I forgot to mention what happened in the middle of the chapter. So I just wanted to talk on it for a little bit. So it turns out Vegapunk has been captured, but it's not just Vegapunk that got captured, it's also the Cypherpole agents who had been coming to the island, and one by one their ships had been mysteriously disappearing. That the whole thing that actually prompted the world government to start sending ships, it's because Vegapunk had some traitor, some nonsense, something going on under his nose. And as we see from the chains on Vegapunk's own wrists, there's definitely someone else afoot going on here. Now, I've heard theories about the Seraphims breaking free and having their own free will. There's the theories about the Vegapunk moles going on. I'm going to take back my thought that it was, Kizaru and the Elder who were coming to the island that were jumping around and messing with the cameras, because why would they capture Vegapunk if the goal was to kill him? So, to think all this was going on under my nose, Vegapunk said. It could be anything at this point. I'm ready for anything at this point, but I also wanted to mention that over 100 Navy ships are heading towards Egghead Island. So, this is bigger than a buster call coming this way. I know the Straw Hats are going to get out of this one, but I'm not exactly sure how. So, I know I sound a little more subdued than I did earlier, but that's because it's late at night, and I'm actually editing the episode as we speak. You can see it right there. So, without further ado, let's go back into the story that was happening. I just wanted to touch on the Vegapunk stuff because it had slipped my mind in my excitement. So, back to that. Starts now, and it's only like 6 pages, but they are all great pages because it starts off on an island in the New World with Shanks telling a young boy, "No, you may not join my pirate crew because it is too dangerous for a little kid like you." Sound familiar? It should. It's exactly what he told Luffy, because this little kid wants to go with Shanks and be a pirate and is also a giant. Shanks is on Elbaf. Shanks is on Elbaf, ladies and gentlemen. And do you know who else is on Elbaf? Who else is right outside Elbaf in his little angry ship with the big shark skull on it? Eustace Kid. Eustace Kid is charging forth to Elbaf to cause some trouble. And then we get some new information. Eustace Kid, allegedly, lost his arm while fighting Shanks. This is what he told us in Udon Prison. As we look upon Eustace Kid and Killer, the two of them are looking at all of Shanks' allies outside of the ship, and outside of the island, I should say. And Killer is telling Kid, "Hey, those are all of Shanks' allies. We should probably turn around and leave. Because the last time we fought Shanks, we didn't fight Shanks. We fought the lesser crews. We fought his subordinates. We fought the captains that swore allegiance to Shanks. Eustace Kid lost his arm off screen against people we've never even met. And now he wants to fight Shanks. Dude's got some iron cojones, steel that he's magnetized himself, because apparently he lost that arm in a fight against nobodies. Nobody's way stronger than him, of course, but still, he's coming for Shanks, he's coming for Elbaf, and I don't know what's going through his little mind right now, because Killer tells him, if you lose, they will take more than an arm this time, they will take your life. To which Eustace responds, "Killer, that's only going to happen if I lose." Confidence where it's due. Confidence where it's due. Luffy had the same opinion about Kaido, and Luffy won. Granted, everybody and their cousin was helping Luffy defeat Kaido, but hey, let's see what happens to old, Spiky Boy, Jaggy Boy, going in there and trying to fight Shanks. Oh, wait! As Shanks is getting up from his drink, he tells Rockstar, the official messenger boy of the red-haired pirates apparently, to go deliver a message to Eustace. Leave your poneglyph here, or fight me. Now we know which one he's going to pick, so that's pretty obvious. So Shanks is going to fight Eustace Kid. That's great. Who else is going to fight alongside Shanks? Let's see. We got Ben Beckman. We got Lucky Roo. We got that monkey whose name is escaping me right now. We got Rockstar. We got the rest of the red-haired pirates. And some of Shanks' old friends. Giants. Not just any giants. Dory and Broggy are back. You see Oimo and Kashi are with them, so the two of them must have gone off and told the two of them what was going on, and for some reason they managed to set aside their duel. I'm not exactly sure how that went, but they're back, and the four of them are going to team up with Shanks. We got the legendary red and blue ogres and the red-haired Shanks, and Eustace Kid is gonna die. He's dead. Unless Shanks just captures the boy, or he's like Luffy, where he's like, "Hey, I shattered your dreams. Don't come back here no more." Eustace Kid's gonna die. I don't like his prospects here. Now, much like our fight with Law and Blackbeard, I do want to disclaim that we laughed. There were many people who laughed when Law fought Blackbeard because we were like, oh no, you know, Sachi and Penguin and then Beppo. Oh, they're all gonna die because none of them can hold a candle to the rest of the Straw Hat crew. But in a world where Usopp and Nami can survive being in the same room as Ulti and Page One and Big Mom herself, I think we're underestimating the other crews of these potential Yonko. So, the next chapter will probably show us what Heat, Wire, maybe some of the other members of Kid's crew, but we're going to see what they're all truly capable of, and I'm looking forward to that. I still think Kid's going to lose, and I still think it's going to be hilarious to watch, but don't count them out just yet. That's what we did with Law, and look what that happened. But that's pretty much all we got for this chapter, and next week, no new chapter. But that's okay, because my time is going to be so preoccupied. I have tons of One Piece cards to talk about, because we got the new One Piece booster packs coming out for the card game. I'm hoping to get my hands on a few boxes, maybe at least the 3 like I do with Digimon. It's selling out like crazy, but that's not to do with this. There's a break next week, so that's probably what I'll fill my time with. And you guys can fill your time with watching my videos. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. This is the Hero of Helios, Xing out.